Hello guys, my name is NATO Safix, and today we have another video, and this time it is a Gosu Academy session. Today what we'll be doing is a Q&A session, so basically all of the students that have decided to join us for the session tonight can ask any questions that they have about Counter-Strike or about my career or about becoming pro or anything really, even about my whatever favorite food. It's really all up to you guys. Throughout the session as well, I will be showing you a few new things I've learned. Like I've found a few pieces of utility on those too, which I think are quite interesting. I'd love to show, and then probably we'll just be running around on some of the maps, and I'll be just throwing some utility while we talk. But yeah, I guess is there anyone here who has like a question you want to start out with, or should we start out with some utility and give you guys some time to think?
I think I'd like some thinking time. Maybe some question arises once you do some lineups or something.
Yeah, that's good. All right, well, I'll show you something.
I have
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, go ahead.
How is it going with your team?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, if we're talking strictly results, right now it's going great for my team. We just topped our group in ESL Impact, which is kind of like the major for women. And topping the group meant that we were directly qualified to the Impact Finals, which is basically the major for women. We are going to a boot camp at the NIP headquarters very soon. It's in 20 days. And I'll be gone for 12 full days in Stockholm when counting like the boot camp and the tournament as well. So I'm super excited for that. I think we're gonna get a lot of work done, and I hope we'll get even better. In terms of our like progress, which isn't so result oriented, we're just working really hard, and we've had some help from some of the knowledgeable people in NIP as well about making a good plan for maximizing the results we can get at Impact. So yeah, at least me, I'm going into the tournament with confidence that we'll be able to at least go to the playoffs. That's my big hope.
Quick
Thank you for
question.
asking. Yeah.
Do you see like any difference between like coaching females and coaching men? I feel like men have like a bigger ego than women, or I don't know.
Yeah. No, I agree completely. I mean, there for sure are women as well that have an ego, but I think I would call my current team the happiest team I've ever played in. Like, we never have any drama. The players don't have problems with each other. We don't really have any episodes during matches where people are really mean to each other or, their ego gets in the way. And just overall, I think working with women can be different, of course, but I think on a lot of things it's good different. I at least think the environment we have in my team right now is the most fun environment I've ever had in a team, basically, and that's saying a lot. So yeah, I think I've talked to Threat, who was obviously the head coach of a couple of teams and stuff like that, and he said, if I ever go to coach a male team, I should prepare myself for the big male egos because they can be very hard to deal with. So I think there's definitely some truth to it. I do think though, like, there are probably a lot of female teams. It's kind of cliche, but this is just what I've heard. There are a lot of female teams where there is kind of drama, and people are maybe a little bit, I guess, upset at each other, but not really willing to express that to each other, and some kind of backstabbing and stuff like that. But honestly, that kind of, let's call it pettiness or something like this, is like something you definitely also see in male CS. I can only talk from my team, but there's been just throughout my time here almost zero drama the entire time, and yeah, it's one of those teams where every day you wake up and you just look forward to working because you get to hang out with some really fun people while also doing something that I love, which is Counter-Strike. So it's definitely different, but I think in my case, which has a very small sample size because it's only one female team, I prefer it right now, but I do think obviously like men have a tendency also to be, well, just at the moment in Counter-Strike, they have a tendency obviously to be better at the game, and I think
Yeah.
there will come a time where even though there will be egos to deal with, I think being able to coach a team that's at a higher level tactically will be really interesting for me as well. So yeah, I think it's like you win some, you lose some. But right now, I'm really happy with my team.
Yep. That's great. That's great. Great to hear.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you so much, guys. You asked some really, really sweet questions.
I mean, no, I was like really wondering after Shifter asked
Yeah, I mean,
because
a lot of
yeah,
people
you can go
don't.
first.
Yeah. Just a lot of people don't like. I mean, it's pretty obvious there will be some kind of a difference, right? But a lot of people don't know the difference because there aren't a lot of women in Counter Strike.
Yeah.
And so it's always interesting to get asked about and talk about because it's I have a unique perspective on it in that I'm working with them every day for like almost a year, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I never watched like CS2 Pro match by females, but maybe I start watching just Nip Impact just for you.
That would be great, man. Like I also didn't watch a lot of female CS before I joined the scene, but as soon as you like get into some of the storylines and you know like who's the top players and stuff like that, it gets really really interesting. I think like definitely if you want a sort of gateway to get addicted to female CS, I would watch ESL Impact. I will hope that we go as far as possible in the tournament so that I can get you to watch as many matches as possible. But yeah, for sure, some of the teams will be really interesting. And one I think I'm really looking forward to as well with ESL Impact Finals is that it will be the first time that we actually compete against like South American teams or American teams. We've only ever played European teams, and I'm really interested to try and like anti-strat and yeah, like yeah, basically like try to like I guess make a game plan against teams that have a different culture and like
Yeah.
completely different playstyle probably.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Who-
really
like,
fun.
who's the best female player right now? Is it still
Yeah,
Ana?
I was thinking about the same thing. Like, who is the female equivalent to like Simple or
I think
Donk or
Ana
Nico?
was the last one, no?
Yeah, and I would say she probably still is. Like Imperial is the only team that's been able to win Impact at all, basically. Like in different iterations, like just different organizations, basically. But it's always been Ana who has like been the main. I mean, she's AWP and she's quite
Yeah.
good. Like she like
Yeah.
not gonna lie, she's
I
especially
won't lie,
mechanically very good.
she
sorry?
will
Oh.
shit on me on Face It. I
Most
won't
likely
lie to
yes.
that.
Yeah, most likely yes. Like I think she is
I mean,
quite good.
there
Yeah.
are people saying that I'm gonna destroy these pro players that are like females pro play. Bro, they're gonna shit like on you. It's
Yeah, it's
even
true.
Simple was carried by Nip Impact, I think, no?
Yeah, there was a face it where
Yeah,
he
I
played
remember.
with.
Yeah. He said that they are better than the men team. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, yeah, that was really funny situation. But I think, I mean, Sayas is also quite good. She also puts a lot of like good numbers up, and she's really experienced. I think even like some of the, I honestly think like even Astra from Navi Javelins might be the most like outside of my team. Obviously, might be the most impactful player in Impact this season. Like she's IGL, but she's been putting up really good numbers as well, and I think she is a very good player, honestly, in the female scene. So I think she's also one to look out for. She's got quite strong mechanics, and she has a good read of the game as well. And then she's IGL. Yeah, she's worth looking out for as well. Vico as well can have some really high peaks, but she hasn't been as good since Astro joined, I think. And then my team, obviously, like they are all stars. Yeah. guys, I will real quick show you some utility here, because last session we did where I did, well, actually not last session, I think it's 2 sessions ago, we did upgraded utility, and I showed you this new cross smoke where you basically just you just go into the blue, make sure obviously it doesn't block this, and you just smoke like this. It's like the easiest smoke, and it's a perfect cross smoke. Goes over. Wait, did I fail it? I feel like I failed it. Maybe I went too. I don't even actually know. Maybe I didn't aim high enough. It looked like it took a weird bounce. I'm pretty sure this one will be better. Let's hope.
It's a one way.
Yeah, it should be better. I guess this one should be good enough. Maybe even, let me try one thing. Maybe I was standing too far from the blue. I just said it's so simple, and it should be. It feels like it lands kind of weird though. But this should be like a good
am I
cross smoke.
stupid? Try doing the same smoke, but middle click jump throw.
Okay. I guess that also works.
I know we were learning the smoke earlier, and
Oh.
I like tried to remember
Actually,
it.
kind of lands a little better.
It lands better, I know.
The way the pros do it is they do this one, from what I know. I think I was
Oh, I
failing it a
see.
little bit, but this one, I mean, has that added advantage that it's landing a little faster, right? So it's
Yeah.
harder to, and also if you throw it right like I did now, there is basically no gap at all, and it just lands further out as well. Like yours lands more to the left, I guess. But actually, when we did the upgraded util or something, I showed you an alternative lineup for this one. If you go in here, it's kind of the same idea as what you did. You can do double click and then W jump throw here. And I showed this in the upgraded utility because it kind of like yours lands like super good. But what I said was I didn't really understand in what situation would you want to use this one. And now I kind of found out, I guess, like if you
Maybe in
stand
the
here,
late round, like waiting for info or something, or to take contact.
it's more like you can get an extra smoke dropped, you know? Then you can do this smoke, so you do like double click W jump throw, and then at the same time you can just stay in the same spot, aim here, and do double click jump throw. And then you have like a really good cross smoke, and you have a short smoke, so you make it so the CTs like have to be out short. And I think that's the idea, is that you can do it from the same position, both piece of util, so it's like super fast. And then you have to, like, you basically only have one person doing this, these type of smokes. It's really easy.
I had no idea. I learned it completely wrong the whole time.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's exactly why I'm here. I will show you something as well. Actually, I will show you one thing first. In demos, my team has seen that like a lot of pros are throwing a Molotov like this now at the start. So they will be doing the door smoke, the good one. I'm not sure about this one. And then they'll do like the Molotov, kind of like that. And actually, I think this one lands pretty good. But what happens a lot of the time is that the orb kind of sneaks close to the Molotov. And if you fail the Molotov just ever so slightly, like let's say you do it like this instead. This was maybe a little bit too egregious. Let's try to do something in between.
Like, isn't like easier for the city to counter it with the smoke? Do you stay between the molly and smoke? You know what I mean?
yeah. Like edging, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be. But
I
it
don't know,
is
I'm
a
just
lot to use a smoke for it here, and then you would also know it as T, I guess. But
I mean-
yeah, that's right.
I mean, no, like, you don't know when someone has this crazy gameplay. I
Oh,
feel like
like-
Donk will be doing this, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, he might, but the added benefit of doing the Molotov from here is that like you can always just jump info. So if they were
Oh,
smoke
yeah,
it,
yeah,
you
yeah,
can
yeah,
you can see, right? There is
Yeah.
this lineup, like I just try to make this even size as this, if that makes sense, and then you can go up here and like run as far as you can. This one is quite good. An alternative lineup is a little bit harder, I guess. I'm not sure if it's actually better, but you can do the same, like, and you can aim here and you can do jump throw. I think this one goes a little further.
Yeah.
And what's interesting about this one is that the orb can't even peek this angle. So if the orb is waiting behind the Molotov and wants to step forward, you can, as orb, so long as you have the... Like, I know even there's a lineup. Is it like this? Let me check. I've never thrown this before. I've just seen people throw it. Yeah, so you can do for yourself the smoke, and then you could step back and you can do the Molotov. And then when the Molotov pops, you can go with orb here, for example, and you can sit here and hold. And if the CT orb wants to peek after the Molotov, he has to like walk into this angle, which is like a very hard shot for him to hit. So this Molotov combined with like the good smoke here has become, I guess, kind of meta. And I'll show you guys something that I'm pretty sure you have never seen. I found it today, and I think it's really fucking cool. So, I think we've all been in a situation where we want to smoke the B door, but we don't want to peek the door, right? Anyone been in that situation? Like, where you want to cross, but you can't without a smoke, and it's like kind of shitty. And what you used to be able to do was, I'll just throw it with a nade, but you used to be able to throw a smoke in this corner in CSGO, and the way the smoke obviously worked was that it went through the walls. But in CS2 with the volumetric smokes, throwing it here doesn't really make sense. You could try to do something like a double click throw like that, or even do like a double click and a forward step. The problem is, if you do this, you will always, even if you stand perfectly, be showing your shoulder to the orb. So if there's an orb there and you're trying to throw this smoke, you have the potential to die. There's also the option of, like, if you go back here, you can do double click. I think it's like here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. This one is not that great. It was better in CSGO where the smokes were smaller. I guess you can see this one is kind of garbage. I'm not sure if jump throw forward does anything actually here. I guess maybe if you aim a little bit...
learned that just, you aim a bit higher and then you just do a single left click. You aim like just above the wooden beam. Yeah, right
like
there.
this?
And left
Probably a
click.
little bit higher. Yeah. Yeah, that might actually
Yeah.
be even better, especially for CS2. Yeah. I think actually this one was even worse.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I just throw it from Titanic usually when we go B.
Yeah. Maybe actually if you're up here, you get a little bit of a different angle. Let me see. That looks actually quite good. That is actually pretty good.
Damn.
That's actually way better.
So you
Okay,
just
well, I
jump
feel
up?
like, yeah, I feel like we just found a new piece of utility here. At least for me now, we gotta do it like this because that landed so fucking fast. I mean, this is actually kind of good. I failed it a little bit here. I guess it's better to do a little bit more to the right. But the angle of this is way better. And it's so easy. And it's like way better. Okay, that's actually really cool. I'll show you a different way, okay? This is kind of crazy. But basically, we had a situation today where in my team's practice, we had like someone was car and someone was site, and then we had a player here who was holding window with orb, but had a smoke and could have smoked the doors, but didn't know how to do it good. So I had a crazy idea. If you go back here and you kind of like line up the barrels, actually I think maybe even, let's just say that you line up the barrels like this, okay? Doesn't have to be perfect. You see this dark mark? It might be a little bit difficult to see on the stream, but you see this, right?
No, it's fine, yeah.
Okay, that's good. So you line this up, you see the dot, you go up to the lower part of the B, and you're running jump throw. And this one goes over and actually goes down and lands like super good. Because this makes it so majority of the smoke is on the outside, and this is the ideal smoke. Like you want it to be that the CTs are really naked when they go through this, and that they have no space to like walk through either side. So this is like a really consistent lineup, where you don't have to show yourself to the door. You can smoke it, and no one in the world knows it, because I found it today. And I think just for the sake of it, let's like if I go more to the right and do it.
Time to elo farm.
What's right?
Time to elo farm.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like if I go more to the right, the issue I will have is I probably will jump above the box. But even I think I can go more to the left. Like let's say I only line up the first barrel. This one will probably still work. Yeah, as you can see, this one was actually maybe even slightly better. You can experiment with it a little bit. It's like still, I guess, a work in progress. Maybe even lining up the B and then doing it or something gives you more, like, you're more sure of being covered and the smoke lands super good. But this, I could see this become like a meta way of throwing the smoke. I think it's super fresh idea and it's super good as well. Yeah, and then also, okay, I don't think I showed this before because it is also a kind of new idea, I guess, not from me, this one. But you can, if you go here and you aim on the corner, I think it is, you can smoke like this and it lands outside the doors. And it will also give you this, like, not much space to play in for the CTs. If you care enough, you can find lineups from all the positions. Like, I think I did it like this. Nope. I did it like this. Normal jump throw. This one goes over, hits there, and goes down and lands the same spot. And you can do this smoke from safe, you know. Just like this. Very, very simple. Also, this is kind of a little overkill. It's the last piece of utility I have to show you on those two right now, at least. Then we can do some questions again, since you guys will have had some time to think. But I was even thinking, if you're the one planning the bomb and you have a smoke, we had it sometimes that you could, like, mess up the smoke and it would land, like, very much in the middle. So one way you can do this is, like, you can just go out and line this up. And then you can do in between this and this, like that, and stand still and throw. Like this, you will get a smoke that is, again, like, really perfect. Not much of the smoke going out. The CTs are really visible. But here's an alternative lineup for this. You can actually go out and back. And as soon as you see this thing, you can do, on the top right of this, do an underhand jump throw. And by this, you will get a smoke that lands here, which again, gives you the same kind of effect. CTs are very visible, there's nothing for them to play in. An alternative lineup for this as well, you can go out until you see this. And when you do, you just aim here. Oh, I failed it. Like that. Okay. That didn't actually
Nice
work.
frame.
Yeah. I don't know. It should have worked, but it didn't. Sometimes it even lands on the ledge and it goes down and lands really cool. I will try one last thing as well. This is also kind of a work in progress, but I found a lineup where if you do double click, like up from this and like here or something. Let me see. This one I might need a few tries for. Yeah. I mean, you can do this, but this one gives a kind of nasty smoke. But I found one where if you do this, maybe it was here. Because if you could find a safe... Okay, not like that. But if you could find a safe lineup for this, it would be really cool. I'm definitely doing something wrong here. I think maybe like this. Sorry, I really want to show you because this one is so cool if it lands. What did I do when I did it? Because I did it even a few times in a row. Maybe it's like just slightly high. It needs to like bounce one extra time, guys. Then it's really good. I promise you. Please? Come on. Okay, last try. If this doesn't work, then it doesn't matter. Yeah, basically like this. I'm pretty sure it's possible to find a like actually good lineup for this. But basically, when this other smoke fades, you will see. Okay. Ah, guys, I'm annoyed. Sorry. Where was it? If you get it to land like slightly further, I promise you this will be really cool. Let me listen. Okay, this one landed. Okay. So essentially, now I'll just let the smoke disappear real quick. But essentially, what it does is it bounces up here and bounces one more time and lands exactly on a ledge. And the smoke you get is like this. So they can't like boost over the smoke to look at car. And also you get the same effect. So it bounces like here, and it lands on this ledge. And I think that would be a really, really cool smoke to be able to throw consistently. It looks like maybe where this one goes up to the left and this one goes out. Like so. And double click. I feel like that was what I just did. Yeah, see, this is such a cool smoke. Because it really makes it seem like B is a fortress. Yeah.
Nato, I don't even know how to explain. So basically, you know that on long you can smoke close to pit and then play with on up. I don't know how to throw that smoke. I don't know if you know like
Like a
what I'm
CT
trying
or
to say.
T?
Like a city play. So you smoke close to pit on that wood
Like
pillar.
here? Oh, like this?
Yeah, and you
Like
play
you bounce
up
it while
from
running?
pit. Yeah, I don't know how they do it because I saw it somewhere, but I didn't know how to search it up.
I think the play you're looking for is some people just do it like. Let me see if I can buy a decoy here.
Or what
'Cause-
like is the meaning of that play?
Yeah, I will try to show you. I will just show you first how to throw the different like lineups for it. So some people just do it like underhand like this, you know? So it like lands here, maybe even a little bit further. I've never played much with this one. But like, let's say it lands here, right? Another way people do it is some people bounce it off the like wooden pillar, like that. And also, I had this play at some point that you do it like this jump throw. Obviously, you probably wouldn't do this with AWP, but essentially the idea is just that if you go and you do like that one, a lot of T's will throw the corner smoke. And so when they throw the corner smoke, you get like an extension smoke that allows you to cross to pit safely as CT.
I get it.
Yeah, because what happens a lot of the time when T's want to take long is they throw the corner smoke, then they want to kill you here, right? But if you've thrown this smoke for yourself, then you can cross safely to pit, and then you can be difficult to clear. This other smoke I showed you, like it's just you just go out of spawn and you just do like that. This one, it pops a little late. What you can even do is you can do like this flash, you know, and then you can go through and you can play kind of here if you land it right. That was at least the way we did it in CSGO when I did it, because again, if T's choose to smoke corner, this smoke will allow you to get to blue, essentially.
Yeah.
And what a lot of
Like,
T's do when they take long is they will jump out, and then the goal is to end here, you know?
Yeah. I don't even know where do I saw this play, but
Yeah.
I was just curious about it. Also,
Yeah, that's cool.
what I did. Can you show me the long flashes?
Yeah.
I forgot to search them up, and I never throw them
So
because I'm afraid to miss them.
the timing you want to flash the first flash on is 1.49.5. It's good to know. You just crouch here and you aim like above the plus and just left click. This one, it doesn't blind you because it lands behind the signs. And this one is the one that your teammates will cross on. Because it takes this, like the AWP angle.
So
And
this
then-
is at the start of the round, but you can throw it also later, no? Like
Yeah, you can throw it later, but it's like...
it don't much make sense, but just I mean,
Yeah, typically like this flash, you just throw it with the sole purpose of blinding the AWP peeking or the guy who is running out, like the first guy. Because even like here, if I'm aiming, I will be blind. But what you typically do is you do this flash, and then afterwards you're ready. Some people flash them like up in the sky, some people flash them up in the sky like this, and some people even like try to land them on this red thing. I don't have a liner for it. I don't know, I guess it's just feeling based. Like, something like that. It doesn't really do much to land it on the red thing, but it's just, like, a flash that you maybe don't see that much. I don't really know why people do it, but they used to in CSGO. But yeah. Those are like the regular long flashes. And then also sometimes it can be good to, like, there's also a long flash I think is quite good. Like, just throwing it over here this way. Because it can be good for your teammate to like swing with. Maybe you want it ideally a little bit longer, but I think actually look fine.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. By the way, guys, I want to mention, like, I'm just on Dust 2 now because I have some new tricks to show you on Dust 2, but I don't, like, we don't have to just only talk about Dust 2, you know? You guys can ask questions about literally anything, and also if you need utility on any other maps or something like this, just let me know.
I'd like maybe if we, because I'm personally I play a lot of A on Mirage.
Yeah?
A lot of, because I'm usually like anchor A. I usually play main default box. If there's something to like as a CT anyway, if there's some utility to help my position,
Yeah.
as to not like expose myself to pit while still being, you know, not exposing myself to different angles while still being able to smoke and stuff.
Yeah. I can show something. I mean, this is like, I'll just show you some mixed utility. I mean, obviously there's the Molotov. This one is good to know. For A player as well, the way I like to do it is I just put my like left shoulder up on this, and then I aim like this with my crosshair, and like just standing throw. This is like a good smoke for ramp, and the good part is, you know, you're not visible to ramp. Some people do it as well, that they go to this like Rob's position. I don't actually know the lineup exactly, but I think it is something like...
So here is fucking Robs. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I was
feel like
searching
this-
on LJTV. Guys, where the fuck is Robs on Mirage?
Oh, really?
Why is it
Yeah.
called ROPS anyway? Did
He
he do
just
some
used to
crazy
play-
clutch or something?
No, I think he just kind of was the one who invented it, I guess. I feel like...
Because like Shroud on Cash
Yeah,
or something, Edward on Short or something.
Or Brocky on Ancient.
Yeah,
I feel
there's
like
a lot
people
of
sometimes throw this with jump throw, but I don't know the lineup. But I think there is like some... There is a standing lineup here. I just don't really use this one that much. I guess that's it. Sorry for interrupting you a little bit. I guess up from this and here. But yeah, this
By the
round
way-
highlight is so good.
By the way, Nato, do
Yeah.
you know Launix?
Yeah, of course.
What do you think about him? Like,
He's
like,
crazy.
He's pretty good.
Mechanically.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. He's crazy. He's super good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's great. I met him once at a LAN party. Actually, not a LAN party. It was an event by an YouTuber. So yeah,
Oh.
pretty cool guy. Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't...
And I know,
met him,
I know
think,
he
but
played with for who? Not
Sprout.
I remember that team. Yeah.
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 Same
And
as
I
me.
remember that you. Yeah. That's why I asked.
Yeah. But he is a really bright talent in my book. And he's so young still.
Yeah. How old is he? 19, 20?
I think something like that. Maybe he's even 18.
Let me check LGTV.
Yeah. I will continue showing some util. There's a combo. It doesn't really get used anymore. I don't know. I mean, it can be good in some cases actually. I guess it was like Molotov like that, right? And then, oh man, how was it? It was something like you would
he's
run
19.
here. Okay, yeah. I think it was like this. Yeah. Oh, that was close. So basically, he would do this and do that or something like that. Oh, did I fail it now? Okay, wait. I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Basically like that. Like imagine this, but better.
there is a lineup, I believe, to smoke deep pit from CT spawn.
Yeah, there most likely is.
Because I think you line yourself up with a like with a crack in the floor, and then you aim for a ledge on a door or something, and basically smokes as deep as possible into pit.
Yeah. Like you mean on the back here, like here.
Yeah, it lands somewhere there. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is basically the same thing you can do here if I don't mess it up. I haven't thrown this piece of utility for a long time. Like this, basically.
Yeah, that's exactly the same as the CT smoke.
Yeah. I think the benefit of throwing it while running though is that like you don't have to, tie up a guy in spawn to sit and do the smoke. Like if you can do it for yourself as A player instead, it's better. I guess. Like any utility you can throw while running is better than utility where you have to stand still because someone has to stay here to throw it. But yeah, it's like maybe not the most useful utility combo because I mean it denies ramp control quite heavily, but also now that you can like blitz the smoke by nading, it's I guess slightly less effective. Let me see if there's... I mean, there's this one, which is kind of good as well to know. I do it by running out here, and I aim like top of the A, and I jump throw. I haven't thrown this for ages, but it still lands. There is a way to throw it. It's quite difficult, I think. But there is a way where you can throw it... this was not the greatest landing. Maybe even above the A here as well. Oh, that's close. I think even like maybe you can do it like a bit higher and get it to bounce off that one. I feel like there's something like that. Let me try one more time. Maybe you can have even more of an angle on it. That was very close. Sorry guys. Now I'm addicted. This could be a very easy lineup. This looks like money. That was actually very good. Now I just need to see if I can do it, like, I guess just like... I guess you want to line this up with that, maybe? And at the top of the line? That seems very simple to remember. And this is a pretty deep smoke.
I made like to where that landed just now. I remember creating my own smoke you can throw from B to land exactly there in Palace.
Yeah.
I think I still remember it.
I mean, there's this lineup which is like really famous, sort of. You can also do it from B, and while that is very cool, it is really rare that a B player will want to use their smoke because it's such a key piece of utility, That's
I guess, yeah.
Sometimes, like, I mean, I also sometimes find pieces of utility where it's really cool. Like, for example, you can, whatever, from here, even smoke stairs and stuff like that. I remember we did that in CSGO. But there will always be the issue, I don't know the lineup at all, by the way, but there would always be the issue that, like, if you land a smoke from here, they will know it came from B if they are good players. And it's the same, I mean, with this, they will know it came from B or from this lineup. That doesn't tell them all that much, but typically the only thing a B player can almost do if they pop B is having a smoke, and then when they come out, like, use it like that. So if he now has no smoke, that's his smoke is likely more effective on B than it is on A. I guess is the way I would.
I guess the only way that would be useful is if someone cleared, like someone rushed underground or something and checked apps to be clear, and someone here steps on A.
Yeah.
Which is very rare, but in that 1 in 100 chance, it would be very cool to throw that from B.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually a very good point.
Guys, no one has a smoke for Palace. We need a smoke.
Yeah.
I'm here, guys.
Say no more. I don't know if I showed you this actually, but you can go here as well. Bam. And then you can aim here. And if you do it correct. Oh, now that was the wood. But essentially it lands really super fast because it hits the shelf. You can listen. It's pretty cool smoke to know.
It's similar to the smoke you can throw from deep apps, I guess, to smoke the window.
Yeah, the one
Except
like
it,
this
there's
one.
one from the corner as well.
Oh, from here.
The right corner, the other one, right where
This
the
one?
entrance is.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
and they put it
like
on-
here. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
true.
and you aim.
I mean, it's similar in landing spot, but this one is way slower. Like this one is, it will bounce and stuff like that, from what I know.
I've always been, when I play with my friends, I'm always the
There's
guy getting all
also-
the utility because I'm the only one remembering smokes.
Yeah,
There's also a
Especially on
realistic-
Mirage, where I think I have an 80% win rate on face hit.
Yeah.
On Mirage. Because utility is such important things, and I know every single lineup from everywhere. I
yeah,
spent way too much time on this map.
that is good, man.
There's also a sick lineup where you can smoke it from the default plant spot. Like
Oh.
smoke window after you plant on B.
Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah, you can do it like this. That one is good to
Oh, yeah.
know. And I
Yeah, that's
believe
cool.
you can. Is it like this?
I think you can
Double
also
click,
throw a
jump
flash
throw?
from that. Both of them. No?
This one at least can be thrown with a flash, which is like super pop flash.
I guess
This
that
one
smoke
is-
is pretty powerful as well, because if they have no real, like, they can't tell how deep that smoke goes, so when they push out from the door, they're very exposed once they
Yeah.
come out.
I think most people would choose not to go through the smoke, 'cause as you
Yeah,
say,
well-
it's super powerful.
It works up until like face level 6. Then
Yeah.
it doesn't work anymore.
Look at this flash, by the way. That's a
Crazy.
crazy
Oh yeah,
flash.
that's money.
Yeah, that is really insane. Someone showed this to me recently. I will show you also a crazy smoke. Maybe I showed it in a recent session, I'm not sure. And I cannot promise you guys I will hit it first time. But was it like that? Let me see. I found this myself recently. Yeah, look at this thing.
Ain't no way.
That is crazy.
That would be cool if you're doing like a mid to B rush with 2 people in apps or something, and the
Yeah.
mid player can smoke off
Yeah,
window
split,
and
yeah.
mark it. Yeah,
Yeah, or even if you want to sell a fake that you're doing it, right? Because like,
yeah, because the kitchen player will
It's
it
a
will
good
look like you throw it.
also. What is lurk smoke? Yeah, it's great actually.
yeah, it's overall a super cool smoke. Like, yeah, I think this is really cool. I wonder even, okay, this is a little bit of theory crafting. I know that's not exactly what the session was for, but imagine you would be able to throw like this smoke, which lands, you know, like that in the window, and then you would also do a smoke here. And you would also do a smoke here, for example. Then you would actually have like a full kind of wall of smoke. This one would need to be more to the left, I guess. But you would have a full wall of smoke almost, where the CT's like, yeah. This smoke
Are there
also would
any-
probably have to be a little bit deeper or something.
Like, are there any easy to remember lineups for smoking that door to kitchen from like
From
B
B
apps?
house?
Because I've forgotten that one.
I mean, you
Um,
have one next to the trashes, like the bags on the left.
Oh,
Yep, and you put it on. Yeah. And I think
Here?
it's a jump throw. Yeah, or a throw. I don't even remember it.
I think like the reason I don't know a lineup for this is gonna sound a little bit how do you say? I don't know actually even what the word would be in English, but like the reason I don't know the smoke is because I think it's not useful. Like if you want to go out B, majority of the time you will be able to smoke it from a safe position where you don't need like to do it from B house. Like if you do window smoke, for example, people will not, when they're rotating in, probably come here and only hold this. Only if the other B players are dead. But at that point anyway, like, I don't know, it can be good in some situations, but I think, how is it? Is it like this? You can also just throw it for yourself really fast. Like just here, and then just imagine there's like a square here. Just middle of the square, and then you have it. So, yeah. It's good to know from B-House, I guess, but it hasn't seen much use in pro play recently, and I think it's because, yeah, it's not that great of a smoke. Most times when you wanna go B anyway, people are jumping out the window. Holy shit, how did I manage to fuck that up? They will jump out the window with like pistol, they will go like this, and then they will go like this. And you only really need this window smoke, because the rotation now can kind of kill you. As soon as you're out here, if you can hold this, like, they're not getting out through the door anyway. But yeah, it can have some uses. I actually, yeah, if you want to use, you can use it, I think. Yeah. All right, guys. Any questions or any utility you wanna learn or anything like that?
Quick question. Like, I remember that you said that you didn't ever like have a real job beside like CS related.
Yeah.
I was wondering, like, do you get I don't even know how to explain it, but in Romania, basically, you can go to the family doctor and take a note, and then you can go to the hospital without paying stuff, because
Yeah.
your insurance or something. Do you have that if you don't work and only play CS, like a career?
So I'm kind of fortunate, and maybe that's also why you see so many good CS players from Denmark. In Denmark, health insurance is fully covered by taxes. So
Alright.
if you don't make any money and you don't pay anything in taxes, you have full health insurance, basically.
Alright.
Like
Yeah,
any
but the
any
Nordics are very
procedure.
good with that.
Yeah, exactly. Any procedure, basically, it doesn't matter how expensive it is, it's covered. So that's really lucky. Where I live right now in the Netherlands, you have to. I think you have to have a health insurance, but you pay it like yourself. So, like, I pay, let's say, 130 euros per month or something like that, and then I am insured, so that if something were to happen, then, you know, so you have insurance, but I know in some countries, like even America and stuff like that, health insurance, if you have to pay for it personally, is extremely expensive.
I'd
And
rather
most
die
people,
than pay something in NA.
yeah, exactly. And it feels like the best way to get good health insurance is having a good job, right? And obviously not everyone can have that. So, but yeah, so there are definitely some negatives to being a CS player, but if you're from let's call it a highly developed country, then majority of the time you have some kind of health insurance that you can pay
I
for
think
or
I think
covered
that's
already.
why Nordics were so dominant in esports early on, like Norway, Sweden, Denmark. Mostly because they recognized, Sweden at least I know, recognized esports as a competitive sport in early 2000s, even way before any other country even recognized it as a thing to do.
Yeah. That's
And
really
so
cool.
I think that's as well as like health insurance and all that, it's covered already. You don't even have to have an income. You can be homeless and still get like knee replacement surgery in Sweden.
Yeah.
Because it's paid for by the taxes of everyone else.
Yeah.
Damn, this reminds me about my French teacher who told me that esport is not a real word.
Yeah.
And I had to explain her that esports is electronic sport. It's like crazy.
It's so weird, like cultural differences, because in Sweden there's schools for esports. Like you can literally study it as a subject, and only you can major in it.
Yeah.
Which I
That's
almost
something.
did, but I didn't.
And then I can
sadly.
say, hey, I got major. Ha!
I went to major in esport, guys.
I almost did, but I settled for engineering because my father would probably be very angry if I chose to pursue a career in esports over engineering.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's fair.
you can take both if you want. Like, I'm asking.
I guess I could go back.
I don't think you can take both at the same time. Like if you're specializing in something like engineering, for example, which is like I guess university level, then I don't think you can do esports at the same time.
I mean,
you can do it on the side, obviously, but you can't study both. They're not connected.
it's way better to be an engineer than a CS pro. Maybe.
Yeah.
Like,
I think the
way safer.
work-life balance is way better as an
Yeah,
engineer than as an esports player.
And
I
it's
think so too.
quite helpful for other also. You know, like CS is not like an really like what's the word?
That
Helpful
smoke you
thing for
just proved is very
society.
cool.
For society.
Yeah, you can get it even to land slightly better. It's a smoke I found myself.
That's actually
Ideally,
very
you
useful.
want to, yeah, ideally you want to land it like this. Then it's even better. But it's
Yeah,
still the other
there.
one is still pretty good. But this one
I think the
is
reason
perfect.
I don't play a lot of Ancient personally. I think the reason is because I don't know any lineups.
Yeah.
My the thing that's always made me quite dangerous as a player is that I can smoke off. I'm quite good at utility usage. Like I have a
Yeah.
96 rating on Leafify for utility or something like
Yeah.
that. Something crazy high.
Yeah.
The next Alexi B.
Yes, yes, yes. Just like gel.
Oh.
Is this
Like
possible?
like new Navi is actually crazy.
Yeah,
I can even say
it's fucking
they are
insane.
way better than the old Navi.
Yeah, the new
Depends on which
Navi
Navi
is
you're talking
dangerous.
about.
Uh,
Well, yeah.
like Electronic, Perfecto, Boomich, Simple, Beat. Did they left anyone?
I mean, I still think that Navi had a higher peak in my opinion. Like, I think right now, I think it was Stiko who said in an interview just now, and I kind of agree. Like, CS2 teams kind of all suck right now. Like, Navi are doing great, but also it feels like Spirit are garbage right now, even though they have like maybe the biggest talent we've ever seen in Counter Strike. FaZe are down in the dumps. G2 is like also pretty bad, honestly. Like one event they will win, and then the next they can just go out with nothing. And it's like there isn't really a team that is consistently challenging Navi. Navi are playing good CS, but it just still feels like if you would put this current Navi against one of the good teams we've had in the past, like one of the really good teams, like the era level teams, whatever, this Navi would get clapped. That's how I feel.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, yeah, but like you have to know that they played for what tier one? Like they played a tier one for what, like a year,
Yeah,
maybe a year and a half. Like
yeah,
they are
true.
doing pretty good, like 7 wins in a row. Like it's crazy. That's why I'm saying that they're better than all of. Yeah, of course, old Navi they are way better. Like about I don't know shooting mechanics and shit like that. But the new Navi it's way more. What is the word?
Like team
Strategically, I
play.
think. Like you
Yeah,
don't have a star play. You
yeah,
know, like
true.
like Simple wasn't playing in Navi. Navi was playing around Simple. Like
Yeah.
maybe that's why Simple left Navi, and he couldn't like play anymore.
That could
I
be. Yeah.
just missed the 2016 Fnatic, bro. They were fucking insane.
I
Like
guess it was even.
2014, 15, Swedish
Yeah,
CS, dude.
that was insane.
They
Good
were
times.
so far ahead of the competition in early CS, like CS1, like 1.6 and stuff.
Yeah.
I remember seeing some statistics of it. Out of like 450, like I think 485 medals in total were given out across all CS games, and Sweden won 150 of them.
Okay.
And they had more golds than second place had total medals. Like they were so much more. It was
What's
such a
happening?
powerhouse.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Guys, I obviously love the small talk, but also I'm being paid to sit here, so I think I want to make sure we get back on track. Like, if you guys have some questions or something like that, then I think we should do them now. Yeah, again, like obviously I would love to just sit and talk Counter-Strike history with you guys, but it's more like since it's a session and I want you guys obviously to improve as much as possible. I want to give you the chance to ask a few more questions before we close the session. Real quick before you do that, I have for the first time I think I've now done like 45 sessions for Gosu Academy or something like that. This is the first time ever I'm putting up a challenge. Okay, if anyone can find this smoke in a consistent way, I will write a tweet about you, like a nice tweet about you. Okay?
Okay.
It's
Alright.
I've been trying all day. I can't figure it out. So basically, there is this smoke. I don't even actually know how it is exactly. I think you line up like this and you aim. I don't know how it is, guys. Is it like this? No. There's somewhere you're supposed to sit. It's like a donut retake smoke. Is it like that? That might actually be. No. I'm definitely sitting wrong. This is, by the way, not the smoke. Okay. I'm gonna just try this. Imagine a donut smoke. I'm doing it wrong. My team threw this smoke against Tech 9s, right? In a ESCA match yesterday. And my thought was that giving this smoke was like not that good because the Tech 9s could go close and they could like spam, right? So I was thinking the best smoke we could do, and actually the best smoke you in general probably could do when you retake A, is having a smoke that lands here, because finding these angles perfectly where you know, shoot through the smoke on the bomb without hitting the left wall and without hitting the right wall, and the same here, this is almost impossible to do it through a smoke. So ideally, if you could have a smoke that lands here, this would be amazing, right? And there is this smoke I've shown before. Maybe I actually messed it up. No, I think it's fine. So there's this smoke that you can throw as T-side, which lands here. So there is the potential to get a smoke landing here, but I want to find it as CT when you're retaking. I tried even a little bit from here, because I think this would be kind of acceptable. Like, you could maybe do some kind of smoke that goes really high up and it goes through whatever. I've tried sitting here and aiming like, I think it was here or something, and doing like W jump throw. This one almost goes through the window. The problem is, if it goes through the window, it like bounces like this, and it just doesn't really do a whole lot. So for this to work, you need a smoke that goes really high up and almost bounces at the back wall, or maybe even ideally bounces like this and goes down and lands all the way down here. Maybe this would even be enough. Yeah, look, this will still work. But I can't for the life of me find a way to throw this. And yeah, it's just a cry for help, because if you would be able to throw this smoke somewhere, like a W jump throw would be ideal, but even I'll take literally anything. This is interesting as well. I don't know why, but this is open, but there is an invisible wall. Maybe it's possible to find a place where this invisible wall is like poorly made and the smoke can go through. I don't know. There's also the idea, because I think what it really is a question of getting the smoke high enough. You can also do like, as long as you have somewhere to aim and somewhere where you have to let go, like here for example, just a random example. You could aim here at this, run and release at a timing that makes sense. Like I think even I went here and in this small ring, because this would be easy to line up, and then I could aim at one of these, maybe it was this one, and then like this or something, and then it would go through the window almost. I'm sure there is a way you can throw the smoke. It will be really, really difficult though. Like maybe it even needs to be, because I thought about this as well, maybe you can aim somewhere here, move to the side, and then run like really far forward and jump, because ideally, again, you want the smoke to go really high up and hit the back wall with very little speed. But I can't for the life of me find this lineup, and if you could ever find this, I even tried something from like in here. If you could find a lineup for this smoke, this is a smoke that will be used, I think, by every pro team, more or less. So yeah.
If they don't call it our nickname, I mean,
What? Sorry?
imagine hearing your nickname for this smoke into a pro match. It would be crazy.
Yeah, I mean, literally, if you find this smoke, I will make a tweet about this smoke when I'm done using it, or at least as soon as the cat's out of the bag, and I will write that this is your smoke. Like, I will give it your name so that people in pro teams will call it your name. Like, this smoke, if you can find it from a good position somewhere, Ideally in this city spawn area where you're, you know, not open for this, not open for this. Absolute best would be a normal jump throw, but I just don't think that's possible. I think like a W jump throw of some kind is the best solution. But even, yeah, again, if you have to do it from back here, I even try something like this, like up from this up to the height of the sun, and then take like some walks or something like that. Like anything like this, what you think is necessary. If you can just land the smoke here, I will use it on every round on Ancient where I retake A, because it will be so insanely good. So yeah, sorry guys, I had to really get that out.
Yeah, Nato, can you go on Anubis really quick and show
Yeah,
me
of
how
course.
to bounce the nade for a pillar on B? You know,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean?
I think so. Well, I can show you multiple ways at least.
So, like the T side, when you're running, like in my country, we call it lane, like top lane because of League of Legends. But
Is it here?
yeah. And you run and you throw it in main, but I don't know how like to do it. Oh shoot. This is
So-
even better.
Oh, this was not what you meant. You meant here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a set lineup for this. I would just do it on feeling. I would imagine somewhere like this is good. Maybe a little further. Like... yeah, you could do it with jump throw as well, then it goes a little further. Like, which side of pillar? Back side? Like this side or this side?
I mean, it doesn't really matter as long as it does damage.
Yeah, I think like a Molotov here can be pretty good. So it burns this area.
That
Can
one's lethal.
you-
Yeah.
Please throw like the first nade, like the first one.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, the one
Yeah,
running. Yeah.
I do it on
It's a
feeling. It
crazy.
takes quite a lot of practice. You can do it with a Molotov as well, but it's basically I run up here and I try to aim, I think around here, and then I jump throw when I hit this, basically like a little bit higher. Like this. You can use a Molotov as well, and then it will burn all this. And what some teams do as well, which is actually a really, really good starter, is some teams will do like this Molotov that I now no longer can land. Yeah. Holy shit. I actually know that... So obviously I'm retired, guys, just for everyone, right? But I know Kiara from my team, she throws a nade somewhere here. Like, she does it like this somehow. I don't know exactly how she lines it up, but this is also possible. It might be easier. But essentially, imagine you're coming over here, you do this Molotov, however you do it. Let's act like I'm hitting it. Yeah, like that. You can do, like, you can bounce this Molotov as well. And now the CTs can't stand on this side of B at all at the start of the round.
Yeah.
That's really cool, I think.
I mean, I really started to enjoy Anubis because I just learned the callouts and I
Yeah.
really need to learn some utility.
Yeah. I can teach you everything you need to know. I think, guys, because I have to, as always, I say it every time, but on Fridays I need to wake up very early, so I think like I've got time for a couple of questions. You can ask to see utility, you can also ask me a question, whatever you prefer, but just letting you guys know that we're nearing the end of the session, so if you have something you would like to ask, then now's the time.
Like, what do you think is the best way to play Anubis? Like, what do you think it's smart to do?
I
Actually,
think yeah.
What are the what is it called? Like the red dots of Anubis,
The red
like
dots.
the tensions on the map.
Like where you can create pressure, you mean, or what you mean?
Yeah. Or where you can take fights and stuff like that.
I think Anubis, I mean, it is a pretty T-sided map because you can like actually force a lot of fights and you can do a whole lot of stuff. Like, there's a million different ways you can put pressure on B. Like there's obviously this lurk smoke you can do. I just showed like you can moto here, you can nade. You can do smoke here. You can also do the deep smoke. You can do temple smoke. You can do mono dark. You can do different con smokes as well. Like you can have one that lands here or here or here. And it's kind of like that everywhere on the map. I think there are some ways that are good if you really want to, like, as you say, force a fight. I know a lot of people go and throw this Molotov where you just go here and you aim here. The problem with this Molotov sometimes is that CCs can stand here quite easily. And what is a better Molotov for this, if you want to force a fight, is if you jump up like this. You aim here, do normal jump throw. This one goes over, and as you can see, it still burns the door, but it also burns all the space here. And this will actually force a fight.
Yeah.
So what you can sometimes do is you can just have someone throw this Molotov on feeling. And then you can do this as well, yourself. One thing I've thought about is, like, you know, maybe you can even do this, and then go back and find a lineup here. Like, I don't know if there is some lineup, but I was thinking you could maybe find a lineup so you, even if there's smoke, you can do this. You know? So that would be one way I would force a fight, is by using like double Molotovs here. I think another way to force a fight is, yeah, obviously if you just want to force a fight, you can always just run water. And also you can do like the Molotov inside con. This will also probably force a fight. But yeah, I think like Anubis is just a map you can generate pressure in a million different ways. There's so much utility to know. Like, it's a really deep and fun map. How is it again? Is it here? Like this flash, for example.
Yeah.
I think I might have shown it before, but like, there's so much utility you can do on this map. That
Yeah, you can also throw a smoke from there. I think I saw it on, is it Marvik? Marvik? He's also in the academy.
Okay, yeah, that could be.
I don't know,
Like you would throw the smoke the same way?
I don't think so. I think he's getting closer to the wall.
Yeah.
And then put like, no. So go on the right, in the middle, like in the middle of the, yeah, go there and then watch. And yeah, just no. Go back, just
Yeah.
a bit lower, just a bit. Yeah, and then throw it. Try to throw it.
I
Does
don't
it go
think the
down?
smoke will be good. I mean, it can land like that. I think I would rather than, if I had, find some lineup where you do jump through the window, for example. Will give you a better con smoke. I almost found a lineup, or did I? Close. Yeah, did that answer your question?
Yep. Thank you.
Perfect. Okay, guys, anyone got one last short question? Or a piece of utility they want to see, or anything like this?
Maybe some powerful, like, what's the best flash to throw from water to A? Like when you're pushing A, I know those windows people just throw flashes in.
Yeah.
Is there some lineup that will blind most of the people holding from like heaven or main or something?
I think what people, I mean, for main it's different, you know. If they're inside main, people just do the like one that takes
I
the
mean
corner pauses.
from water.
Yeah.
Where
But
you're
here,
not at.
I think just people go in this corner. I don't know the exact lineup, but it's something like this, and then they do like jump throw forward, maybe, or maybe they even do a slow walk. I'm not sure. But you want the flash ideally to land here, so it's behind the pillar, but very far forward, so that people who play orange, they get blind, and then everyone here gets blind as well, you know. But this one won't take heaven unless he's playing this side of heaven, so it's hard to flash A perfect. I was even playing around with, you know, if it would be possible to get a flash that lands here. The only way you can really accomplish that, I guess, is by doing something like this. That's also why some people throw these flashes when they go out. Because then, I mean, you have flashes that take heaven. Like, and they don't blind your own team.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright. Well, then, guys, I just want to say thank you so much for coming to this session. I think it was a good mixture of a little bit of just hanging out and also answering some questions and also showing you guys some new piece of utility or just some piece of utility you would like to know. I hope you feel the same, and I hope you enjoyed spending the time here with me.
Yep.
For next Thursday, I will be here, and I guess the Thursday after that as well, but there will be at some point a few weeks where I won't be here simply because I will be busy with my team. But I'm pretty sure it will be obvious for you when that happens. So yeah, thank you so much, guys, for watching the video, if you're watching the video on YouTube, and also for you guys here in the Academy who joined me. And yeah, hope to see you guys again next time.
Thank you.